I think they've termed it the Wild West Showdown. That's what they're saying? I think it a prize fight. No, I just think it's going to be two of the top teams in the West, and it's going to be a head-to-head battle, and I think it's going to come all the way down to the end. It'll be two top teams, and whoever comes out of this, we'll see where we are in terms of early in the season.
You've been in the last 2 weeks before the bye talking about your quarterbacks, who's in, who's out, and the other coaches have to adapt to that. How much does it this week are you keeping an eye on who's getting the reps in Calgary, and how much does that change the game plan between Mitchell and Tate?
None. I mean, all those guys, to me, they all have very good arms. They're all three very good quarterbacks, and I think they have a very good offensive system. The only thing you have to worry about is one may run faster than the other, but for the most part, like I said, it's a system, and those guys are pretty good in it.
Well, you've seen Riders versus Calgary from both sides. What is it about these two teams colliding that makes such an intriguing match?
Well, I think, one of it is, just because every time I've been on both sides, now, it's either been for one first place, second place, or something like that, or going down to the playoffs. The other thing is just the atmosphere of it, because here we have one of the best atmospheres in the CFL, but when we play in Calgary, that's when you have all those, what we call the Christmas tree game or whatever, so it's green and red.
A lot of healthy bodies coming back into the secondary. How tough are the decisions going to be to decide who's going to play, since you've had a lot of them play in the first one?
Well, when you look at it, some of those guys are, I would say more healthier than the other ones. And then you just look at the course of the week. And one thing we've been doing is rotating all the way through. So to make sure we hadn't made a final decision. So guys are trying to split the reps just to make sure, like for instance, DA, he was down today. So, it was giving us a chance to see where other guys fit.
What is Dwight's status?
Nothing. No, I think he just had a dental appointment today and came late. Didn't want to have anything to, come from that.
Winning always helps the chemistry, but how happy are you with the chemistry of this club? Just the way they all work together and seem to, have a lot.
Yeah, well, I think right now when you look at it, like I said, we have a good football team. And when I say that, not just in terms of record, I think we have some good young men in this organization that we brought in, and also in the coaches, that they all rally around the same purpose, and that's us to win. And I think that's the biggest thing, is we brought in some guys, or guys that are here, we're all thinking about the same thing, which is winning.
How do you keep a guy like Abraham Cromach focused when he knows he's played so well last year, has such high hopes this year, really hasn't had a chance to play that much?
Well, the good thing about it is, he's still able to be here and he's still able to learn. Ray Williams is a very good linebacker for us, and that's pro football. And as time goes along, maybe he'll inherit that position one day. But the best thing is he's learning from a very good linebacker in this league.
Do you watch all your backups to see how they handle being in those roles? I know we all talk about the quarterback, but those all guys that...
No, all the way across. The one thing I talk to the coaches about every day is making sure that the guys are in the backup roles or the next up roles, that they're getting their reps. They even get some of the regular team reps just to make sure if they're the next guy up during that week, we're ready to go.
Corey, everybody's talking about the O-line. How much has Doug Malone brought? Is it George Yu talent? What is it?
Well, I think it's a collection of things. We already had talent there, and I think with the scheme we have is good. And I think also, like I said, those guys, this is their second year. A lot of people like to compare this to last year. In anything you do, either you're going to get better or you're going to get worse. That's the way I believe. And I thought that we got better in terms of maturity as a team, maturity as a coaching staff, and just maturity all together. And also maturity, like I said, in our schemes and our purpose.
How much is Doug a part of that?
Well, he's definitely a part of it. He's over the O-line, and he's a phenomenal teacher, and the guys buy into him. And like I said, he's inherited a very good O-line, and he's also been in the system with George, so there's continuity there.
How much has Ben Heenan been a surprise?
Not surprised. He was more surprised last year. Ben Heenan is just solid. He's solid, and I'm very pleased with Ben. He's one of those that, he's just a fixture wherever you put him, whether it's at guard or tackle. He's just playing well.
T. George, what do you think of his play so far?
Well, he's done some things. I think he started a little bit slow. He's hot in training camp, started slow, and then he turned it on this last game. So that's always something good from a veteran player. We want to see him turn it on. It'd be good for him to play versus the old team, Calgary, and hopefully he can play at a high level and always show those guys why they, didn't let you go or whatever it is. But he'll play pretty fast, I think.
You've had a couple days.
Hamilton, is he capable of doing that game in game out?
That's what I hope, and that's what we're on him about. And that's the biggest thing is for him to get to an all-star level at this point in his career, he has to do it game in, game out. If you can do it one game, then you should be able to do it the next game. Because if you build off that one game mentality, I think he should be able to go.
Got a couple days to watch Matt Brown. What do you think? Is it worth the wait or the hassle?
Same thing. It was funny. I had a conversation with him. His desire is there, but we were in a meeting and he was sitting on the defensive side instead of the offensive side. And then the other day we were walking. It was a team period, and he's just standing around looking around. And I said, "Where are you going?" He said, "Coach, I have no idea." So he's still getting adjusted to some things. Talent, he has talent, and that's what we scouted. He just has to get used to what we're doing and the offense and the special teams phases.
With how happy are you to have one of your leaders on special teams and a little bit on offense with Neil Hughes coming back in?
No, it's all these guys. Like I said, I love all these guys that's here, and for him to come back, like I said, it just adds added depth to us. And we're always looking for the next guy up. It's not to take away from him, take away from Henry or any of those guys, or McHenry. But I'm just happy that he's back because I like to see the guys healthy and get a chance to play.
Are you expecting to see a lot more of John Cornish? They really didn't use him that much the last time they played him.
I think the thing about it is, with John is they're going to get John the ball, and if they get the explosive plays by John, then they'll continue to run the ball. But if there's no explosive plays and it's just a regular run game, then I think they'll do like they've been doing, is going 50-50 with their run and pass.